Welcome to another episode of Lunch with the Shark. Join us as we dive deep into discussions about business, accounting, and finance to help you build a business that thrives. Now sit back and have a bite with your host, the Shark CFO, Vidal Espinosa.
Well, hello, good afternoon. Welcome to a new edition of Lunch with the Shark. I am your host, Vidal, the Shark CFO Espinosa, and it's really great to see you today. This afternoon, this Thursday, January 14th afternoon, and the week has gone by like water through your hands. It's like so fast, so many things to do, and I hope that so far you are achieving all your goals for the quarter, and that you're in the right path to achieve them. It's so interesting because I know every freaking morning I talk about, or every freaking afternoon I talk about my morning and the tons of calls that we have. And let me tell you one thing. It's so enlightening to hop on those calls with our clients and or prospects and or vendors or advisors, because dude, come on, you learn so much. You learn so much about everyone that you interact with. It's really, really cool, and it's eye-opening because you see a lot of your own flaws, and nevertheless, it's really amazing that people listen to us. One of my calls, I actually had a couple calls this morning, but one of my calls was with one of our CFO clients, external clients. And she was like, oh my God, my company is losing a shitload of money. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's like, no, yes, it is. It's not. And we pulled out her financials. And I actually let her read them to me the way she interpreted them. And okay, I'm like listening because I want to learn from her how she reads them. It was very enlightening to see that the financial statements are a completely foreign language to her and to most of our clients. And it's eye-opening because we're not there to teach them accounting. We're not there to teach them how to spend their money. It's their money, as I told her, it's your money, plain and simple. But your company made a profit. And she's like, how, why you say that? Like, now that you read me your financials, let me read them to you as I see them, because we prepare them. I know your numbers. And I started reading them to her, and she was like, I didn't remember this expense. And I said, let's take out the fact of those financials. And mind you, I'm not telling you how to spend your money, where to spend your money. It's your money, it's your company, right? But if we were to take this expense, this expense, this expense, this expense, this expense, that it's not 100% related to your company, mind you, everybody does it. Every single business owner does it, whether it's a huge corporation or whatever it is, right? They run certain expenses that are not 100% part of the business, necessary or ordinary. You can defend them on an audit, but if we take all those expenses away, your company in 2020 would have made a profit of this much. You only had a loss, an accumulated loss overall for 2020 of this much. Just think about that. After us translating those freaking numbers to terms and words that she could understand, she was really happy. She was like, oh, okay. So we didn't do that bad. No, we didn't. Okay, so we just need to, yes, you just need to sell more. You just need to have a budget, which that's what we're here for, but you need to utilize this. You need to, even though we are proactive, there's so many times that we can request from someone the information. You guys need to provide us the information so we can help you prepare those budgets. It's like us trying to get lab results without going to the laboratory and getting our blood drawn. It's like, hey, doctor, how am I doing? Well, have you gone to the lab? I've actually requested you to get some labs done. Oh, no, but how am I doing? Can you tell me what would be my next course of action to reduce my diabetes or lower my cholesterol? Well, in general, do this, but we won't know until we know your labs. That's the same thing with the company. I can read you your financials. I can read you, I can read between the lines and tell you, hey, yes, you did this. This is good for you, but I don't know how many aha moments she had in just 60 minutes of our phone call. We pinpointed a couple of issues, we analyzed, and we told her with numbers and percentages, hey, this is what you're doing, this is how much, this is where the money went. Oh. That moment when you are like, oh. And one of the topics in which we took probably 1/3 of the meeting was her overall expense on the team. And a day before yesterday, we had a executive call with the executive team of that same company. And today was just with the shareholder to read financials and see what's her plan and blah, 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 blah. Like there's two different type of meetings, one with the shareholders and another one with the executive team. So yesterday we had our bi-monthly executive team call. And one of my comments was duplicity of functions, duplicity of functions, duplicity of functions. And I think this is something that we need to address overall. And this was something that I was not comfortable sharing yesterday, but today, as I said to her, I would not be doing my job, first of all, as a CFO, and second, as your advisor and friend, if I don't address this matter with you. Here, your general manager, your COO, whatever you want to call it, she's there, he's there, operating the company. They're the ones who operate the company, right? On your behalf, on the CEO's behalf. The CEO's job is to bring down through the organization the vision, mission, goals of the CEO and shareholders. But they're not there to put up fires and to solve everybody else's problems. My first question was, is this individual there in the organization to operate and grow the company, or to solve everybody else's problems? We did a restructuring last year, but we are coming back to the same ways of operating the company as we had. Be careful. It's very simple for us, if we operate a company and it's not ours, to sometimes not control the budget or oversee those expenses. At the end, it's not our company. Ultimately, we're there to deliver a service, we're there to deliver a product, to our employer, and we forget that everything and every decision that we make costs money. It's very easy to, oh yes, let me hire this, let me order this, let me do this, let me blah blah blah, let me blah blah blah, let me blah blah blah. And every blah 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 cost us human hours, which translate to salary or in the independent contractor costs. Our solution was, let's look into every one job description in the team, analyze it versus to what they're doing, and come up with an average monthly budget for the payroll. Whatever the amount we come up with, and give it to the COO and say, this is the budget that you have per month on human resources, on labor. Okay? It's up to you to control or say to this individual, do you know what? You're spending too much time on this. I'm cutting it in half so we can hire somebody. If we need more people, if we need more teams, and our sales are not increasing, this is it. This is our budget. Figure it out. It's on you. So that's a solution. But how can we come up to that solution if we don't have numbers? Based on our numbers, based on our results, based on the data, based on the transactions that the company does, that we quantify into monetary, yes, we quantified it into monies, we can determine that. We can see where the flaws are. We can see where we're lacking. What's the issue? What's the problem? What are our sales? They internally, they had incorrect numbers when they came to sales. She was like, well, but my data or the data that this person is providing me says this. I said, okay, let's compare. Oh, we're off by this much. We're off by this much. They weren't even doing it right. They weren't even utilizing us. She's paying double. Duplicity of functions costs the company a shitload of money. If you were to go and analyze your company and the job descriptions of each of your team members and the duties that they're performing, you will see that pretty much 25 or 30% of those activities are being overlapped. That's a 25 or 30% savings in your payroll. Don't you think that it's worth it to do a small analysis or even go in depth to save 25 or 30% in your payroll? Human resources have tons of challenges, and here's how to face them. We're going to talk about the 7 top HR challenges that we have. Humans have always been complex, and having to manage people has always been really tricky. Human resources, it's a difficult job that faces many challenges. It also means that identifying and overcoming human resources challenges, it's time, money, and effort well spent. Since the greatest asset a business can boost are what? Its employees. First of all, attracting top talent. Attracting and retraining the best talent takes discernment, time, and whole lot of work. You need to go through a screening process. You need to go to an interview. You need to go through filters, trust after filter after filter. As I said it yesterday and today in my meeting with this client, Hire slow, fire fast. Hire slow, hire fast, fire fast. How many times or how many opportunities? If you have a good system, a good headhunter, a good HR manager, you would be attracting good talent. Number 2, embracing change with grace and ease. Change is a shape shifter, influencing our environment, competitors, consumer, and workplace. But whether managerial, structural, procedure, or technological, it's well known that humans are afraid of change. The unknown brings about feelings of uncertainty and anxiety. This mistakes the largest responsibility of adapting employees for change. One of the most recurring challenges faced by HR human resources are tasks not only with managing employee moral, happiness, and cooperative through change, but also with constantly upskilling employees to meet the challenging needs of a business. And I actually spoke to her about this. How are we training them? Are we recording those trainings? Are we doing this? Are we doing that? Are you teaching them? Are you being taught yourself? Time changes. Everything in the environment changes. The marketing that you were doing 5 years ago might not help or work today. Sales tactics might not work today. You are not selling used cars. You are selling a product. You're selling a service, right? So you need to embrace those changes, but you don't need to embrace them on the individual basis. HR must embrace those changes through systems. Number 3, developing the leaders of tomorrow. Not all teams perform at the same level, and this is usually because of the team leader. Many employees consider leaving their jobs because of poor relationship with their direct manager. That's why it's critical to source and develop talent and inspired leaders. Hire within. Move people around your organization based on their qualities and characteristics that you discover through their employment. I've said it in a clear example, and I know I speak a lot about Walt Disney organization, but that's a good organization. That's an amazing organization. They don't want their people to be stagnant, because if there's stagnant individuals, that means that your company is stagnant. It's flatlining. It's not growing. At least contracting. Hopefully it's going backwards. Hopefully you're doing something wrong that it's going backwards, but not flatlining. Flatlining means that there's no change. Flatlining means that you can't embrace. Flatlining means that there's no leadership. Flatlining is that you're dying. So, are you developing leaders? Are you a leader, or are you just a seeker and wanting praises from within? Are you hiring, or are you requesting your HR department to hire people that are going to challenge you? Because if you don't hire people that challenge you, then just go out and hire whomever is going to say, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Whatever you want, ma'am. Yes. Oh, yes. No. You say, no. That's fine. That's us. I had a meeting this morning, and I said, you guys are the experts. We are following the lead. We are not Googling your freaking work. You are the leaders. You are the experts. Teach me. Challenge me. I'm not going around Google or Yahoo or the internet looking for whatever you guys are doing and telling you what to do. As you guys don't hire us to tell us what to do or how to freaking do our job. If you want somebody to tell you, yes, sir, no, sir, just hire from wherever and whomever. don't even have a proper hiring process. That's simple. Foster a culture of continuous learning. Today, crowds of employees leave their jobs with the key reason being lack of development opportunities. Training is the golden draw card for keeping employees stimulated, engaged, and loyal. But this is only true when training is relevant to their jobs, including engaging content, and is available in forms that enable flexible learning. Training must happen continuously in order for the business to remain competitive. So employees can often become bored or overloaded. Are you as a leader going through seminars, courses, diplomas, masters, whatever it is, and then are you bringing it in home? Are you giving it to your employees? Are you making it accessible to your employees? Are your employees, team members accompanying you? I even said it yesterday on the meeting with the executive team. It's like, are we recording this conversation so team members underneath us would have the opportunity to listen to abstracts of these conversations as a learning, teachable moment and tools. This is also a teachable moment for our clients, because our clients are also businesses. And I was addressing the team meeting that I was in. This is gold. This is mindsetting. Are we teaching them? Are we incentivizing learning? Remember, people, it's not just about money. It's not just about rewards with nice coffee mugs, a nice watch for 3 years of service. Fuck that. The world now, it's all about experiences. The world now, it's not just good job. No. The world now is to really know your team and what moves them, what the fucking carrot moves them. Number 5, managing diversity with local in mind. Globalization, it's affecting every business in every part of the world. Our customer reach is expanding beyond the traditional head offices, and talent can be sourced across sea and borders. This means more sales and a diversity of employees' experience, ideas, and perspective. However, with this diversity comes with a few human resources challenges. Managing different cultures in a local team, while adhering to local policies and procedures, HR must also create a workplace that is comfortable, welcoming, and free of conflicts. Cultural awareness programs can help employees recognize the benefits of diversity, like better ideas and innovations and a wide customer reach. Team building activates are also an effective approach for interacting employees of different cultures and uniting them towards a common business objective. And let me repeat myself, and I'm sorry if I'm very repetitive when it comes to human resources. Corporate culture must be tailored based on each company. Don't try to implement company culture or corporate culture into a 1, 2, 3, 5, 10 team members similar to a 20,000 multinational organization. It does not work. Number 6, looking after health and safety. Health and safety standards are probably one of the most obvious human resources challenges. Not only does labor law govern these concerns, but they are also of great importance to general employee well-being, because health in the workplace isn't just about hygiene and safety. We are on uncharted eras. And human resource professionals need to keep a close eye on escalating workloads and stress levels. They must have an open door policy to discuss anxiety, working hours, and unfair expectations. It's critical to be addressed. COVID-19, it's here to stay. It's not going away. The pandemic, it's not going away. It's here to stay forever and ever. It's creating an unhealthy work environment for the majority of the companies. At least 1, 2, or 3 more team members are always or are going to be afraid. Contagious, this and that, somebody's sneezing. I know it's stretching it, but that's a very complex issue. Create a policy. Be flexible. Again, remember, communication, it's a both-way street. It's a two-way street. Communicate. Don't assume that they understand or that we are following CDC guidelines or that we're following whatever guidelines you want to follow. Don't assume that everybody takes a shower every single freaking day. Maybe your policy is that everybody needs to take a shower every day. I don't know. 7, creating a quality employee experience. It's not uncommon to find high staff turnover in fast-paced companies. This is very expensive. Because even though they might manage to hire the best employees, keeping them around becomes the next obstacle and one of the greatest human resource challenges. But if your employees are satisfied with their job, their workplace, and the people they work with, then they are far less likely to consider other employees. You're talking about the modern concept of employee experiences. Listen, human resources as we knew it no longer exist. We must focus on 2 things: keeping our employees happy, keeping our team members happy, so they can fulfill on the number 2, which is keeping our clients happy. There's a saying that happy wife, happy life. Translated or converted into your business. Happy employees, happy life. Happy employees convert into happy clients. That's simple. You're not going to discover or reinvent the wheel. Common sense based on experiences. Make your office an unforgettable experience. Maybe for the good or for the bad. I don't care. It doesn't matter. It's an experience, right? Oh, let me tell you what experience I had at Invictus Advisors. Fuck! I don't know. Just make it an experience, a positive experience, a learning experience, right? I'm not saying that every day is going to be joyful or every day is going to be bring your pet day to work or every day it's going to be we're going to give you lunch every single freaking day. I don't know, maybe you are. Maybe you do. Maybe you have a cafeteria plan. I don't know. But right now, the labor force is very competitive. Even though there's a lot of unemployment out there, not at executive levels or certain levels, you must keep good talent in home. Incentivize them through a positive environment. It's been great seeing you today. And as every day we do, let me finish today's Lunch with the Shark with a quote from Steve Jobs, founder of a small, very, very small company, Apple. And he said, if you really look closely, most overnight successes took a long time. They're not from one day to the other. They're not. Take your time. Do something solid. If you get rich quick, you're going to get poor quick. See you tomorrow. Bon appetit. Ciao.
Thank you for listening to Lunch with the Shark. If you would like to set up a consultation with the Shark CFO, Vidal Espinosa, visit his website www.invictus-advisors.com and don't forget to subscribe on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and LinkedIn.